You look at me and think, oh, the lovers, so this must be about romance, kisses, passion under the moon? How naive. I am not only about love. I am about choice, and often the kind of choice that makes your hands tremble and your thoughts spin. Love without choice is an illusion, and choice without love is a cage. That is my power. Yes, I can speak of passion, of chemistry, of that electric pull when two people recognize each other instantly, when the world disappears and only we remain. But do you know what stands behind that moment? Your decision, to stay or to leave, to confess or to remain silent. I never arrive without a reason. I always place a mirror before you. In my light, everything shines. I am honesty with yourself. I am the union where two people walk toward each other freely, not because it's proper, but because they truly want it. I am about harmony of values, conversations without masks, a mature and conscious yes from both sides. When I appear, it can be a sign of a fated encounter or the moment you realize love is not an accident, it is a decision. But don't be too quick to relax. I also carry a shadow. That is where indecision lives, where you are stuck between two people, where your mind pulls one way and your heart another, leaving you frozen in place. Sometimes I appear to say, you're holding two in your head but none in your heart. That is how triangles and betrayals are born. I am the card of romantic tests, and your honesty determines whether you pass them or not. My shadow is also about illusions. Falling in love with the picture, with the dream, with the projection, not with the real person. You idealize, you add what is not there. And disappointment is then inevitable. I remind you, it is easy to fall for an image. To love the whole person with their shadows and flaws, that is the real choice. And often, I reveal the weight of outside pressure. Choosing not with your heart, but with the voices of family, society, or fear. Marriage for status. Staying in a relationship for convenience. A union because it's expected. But tell me, can the heart ever be happy inside a script written by someone else? Remember, I am not about ready-made answers. I am about crossroads, where your choice is the answer. If you ask how he feels about you, through me he may see you as the one before whom he must decide to admit his feelings or walk away. If you ask about your own emotions, I may show confusion, hesitation, a search for an ideal. And that is when I push you toward truth, better a bitter clarity than a sweet lie. In the future, I am also two-sided. On the bright side, I bring an encounter where values align, attraction is mutual, and both choose each other openly. On the shadow side, I bring entanglements, parallel stories, relationships without clarity. Sometimes I appear to warn you, delay is also a choice. And it too has a price. My strength is in truth. If you choose with your heart and take responsibility, I can bring you a union that is real. But if you hide behind pretty words, if you are too afraid to speak the truth, I turn into the card of pain, forcing you to face the consequences. So here is my advice. Don't let fear decide for you. Don't choose out of loneliness or under pressure. Don't play in triangles where someone always suffers. Don't fall for fantasies that collapse at the first trial. True love begins where you can say an honest yes and an equally honest no. I am the lovers. I remind you, your life is your choice. Your heart is your responsibility. And no one else, not destiny, not the cards, not the voices around you, can decide for you. So ask yourself, do you want a relationship built on clarity and mutuality? Or are you willing to remain where there are many beautiful words but no real choice? In my reading, everything depends on your honesty. I can be a blessing or I can be a test. But always, I show you that it is you who must decide.